Senator McCain's campaign went even further a few months ago, suggesting that the best answer to the growing pressure on Social Security might be to cut cost of living adjustments or to raise the retirement age. Now, when Ron and I were talking, they pointed out, as it is, the cost of living adjustment doesn't seem to really keep up with the cost of living. The notion that you would eliminate that means that in a slow, not so hidden way, your benefits are being reduced each and every year, particularly now that we know that inflation is starting to rear its ugly head again with gas prices and food prices, price of prescription drugs all going up. The notion that we'd raise the retirement age, I think if you talk to some of the workers who are unfortunately being laid off, particularly if they're in their late 50s or early 60s, if you've been working in an auto plant for 30 years, the idea that you're going to keep on working until you're 72 or 73, not on your own terms, not because you decide you want to be in the workplace, but because you have to keep food on the table or pay your electricity bills. That, I don't think, is our best option. I think there's another option that is fairer to working men and women. We have to protect Social Security for future generations without pushing the burden on the seniors who earn the right to retire in dignity. So here's what I would do. Here's where I would start. Right now, the Social Security payroll tax is capped. That means that most middle-class families pay the payroll tax on every dime that they earn. But once you get to $102,000 per individual, then you're no longer paying the payroll tax. What that means is that while most of the people here paid Social Security on every dime you ever earned, you've got billionaires and millionaires who are paying only a tiny fraction, paying payroll tax on only a tiny fraction of their income. I've got a friend in Omaha, you may have heard of him, named Warren Buffett. He's worth $56 billion. You know, if he's only paying the first 100,000, that is 0.00001% of his income is he paying Social Security. I may have lost a couple of zeros in there. The point is, it's negligible to him. It's not even noticeable. I think that's why the best way forward is to first look to adjust the cap on the payroll tax so that people like me, because I'm earning more than $102,000, pay a little bit more and people in need are protected. That way we can extend the promise of Social Security without shifting the burden on seniors. And by the way, I think that we should exempt anyone making under $250,000 from this increase. So it will not burden the middle class. Anybody under $250,000 would not be affected whatsoever. 97% of Americans will see absolutely no change in their taxes under my proposal. 97%. But what it does allow us to do is to extend the life of Social Security without cutting benefits or raising the retirement age. Now, there was a time when John McCain thought this wasn't such a bad idea. When he was asked a few years ago whether he could see himself lifting the cap on the payroll tax, he said, I could. But today he's attacking me for holding this very same position. So I'm looking forward, John McCain's proposed a serious debates. I'm looking forward to having them. And when it comes to Social Security, he might want to finish the debate with himself first.